What's up, traders? Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard trading coach. I'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis, live discussion about technical, fundamental, as well as any live trade we will be opening in this live market. As you can see that the market now, gold market is trending towards the downside on the lower time frame. I was looking at just before this live session. So let's see how we can find trading opportunity, as this is the first day of the trading week, a very important day. First day is always very volatile. First day and last day are very important. So we'll be looking at now on one by one all of them. I will be starting with gold to see what's happening. We saw that gold early today has given a good trade, and then it has in fact moved a lot in that direction. So you can see that if we hold that trade, almost it's a 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio trade could be, but we close at 2-to-1. Now let's see how gold is doing in this market. Now this is the 5-minute chart. First, let's begin with the higher time frame. Okay, I will be looking at first of all daily time frame to see what's happening with gold. Now looking at the daily, we see that from the daily perspective, gold has reached an important level where there is the daily resistance level. Now this is the daily doji. Yesterday you have seen that this doji has formed, and with that daily doji formation, gold created a lower high along the zone, and with that lower high creation, gold has in fact rejected. Now for me, gold is doing exactly as per expectation. This is what I expected, that gold to create a lower high with the daily and then to drop, and we see that gold in fact has done exactly as per analysis, as per expectation. Once the market open today, has gone up, tested the high of the daily. Now we could see that the market could test the low of the daily. Now for me, what I think that gold is likely to do today or later, that to break this daily support, I think that gold, what it could do, that it might create a lower high along this support, and then we could see again bounce to the upside. So for the time being, looks like that gold might come down to the support level, and after breaking the support, then we might see that gold again pushing to the upside. So daily price action, we see that after testing this level, the price now slowly bouncing towards the downside. If we look at the weekly, because weekly is important today, as like every day, weekly is the first day of trading week. The market just been open today, and initially we saw the buyers try to break the high, but we saw that you can see that price just been now rejecting from this weekly resistance level. What I think that now very highly likely that gold might break the, slowly will come down to break the weekly low, and then we might see that again gold is pushing to the upside. As we see, gold is almost nearly weekly opening and closing. I think that gold now will try to break the low, and very high probability that it will break this previous weekly low, and then after creating an overextended market, then we might see that again gold is bouncing to the upside. So going back to the lower time frame, on the 4 hour, we see that there is a doji previous session that has also crossed almost all the sessions high, and now we see that with the doji creation, gold is slowly melting. I think that now with that melt, the price high probability that will come down to break this support, and we could see a lower high with that. Okay, and then we might see that gold is going to the upside. So for the time being, on the lower time frame, the way we see the price action as the news is coming, this is the 1 hour chart, and there's a middleman previous 1 hour, which is in fact a bearish price action. So any kind of pullback in the next 30 minutes, 25 minutes, there's a news coming up. So we'll see that how we can trade that news. We could see significant opportunity as there is news means there might be a volume coming in the market, and we'll be able to see that how the market is moving. Any good opportunity coming, we'll be looking for opening a position. In the meantime, guys, don't hesitate to drop a comment in the live chat, or ask any question that you want to ask, so that we can do it. Let me know if you have any question. Paul, thank you. I'm online. Paul, thank you very much. Azzy, hello coach, how are you doing? I'm very good, thank you. Azzy. Paul just joined VIP today. Thank you. Welcome, Paul. You did a good job. You did the best decision. Thanks for that. DJ Wash, hello, thank you very much. Pesido, gold, yeah, absolutely. Don, thank you very much. Hello, Coach Don. Thanks for that. So let's see. This is what we are discussing. As you can see, gold in fact has broken this support level as expected. Now below the support level, and slowly the price coming down after creating this overextension to the upside. This is 15-minute chart, also very important time frame for day trader. Now for this price section on the 15 minutes, as the news is coming, we have, after this one, we will have one more candles, and then we will see the news is coming. Now we see some retest of this level here. What I think that I want to see that the price, on the 15 minutes to go up a little bit, and to grab liquidity, and then to come down. Okay, so this is my plan. Now from the 4 hour, you can see the price still did not test this 4 hour 20 EMA. I want to see it has gone up again to grab liquidity, and then has come down. So it's currently a bearish market, but any kind of upward movement will give us an opportunity for selling to this level, and very highly likely I think that gold will touch 2000 level, and very high probability. So we want to see that given us an opportunity for selling, and we'll be looking to find best entry possible in the market. Kennedy, what indicators do you use? Good afternoon. Thank you, Kennedy. I'll talk about it. Kennedy, I'm here to join VIP, so no problems, Kennedy. You're welcome. Thank you for that, considering, and I'm sure that you will be enjoying here. And yep, sure, brother, I'm sell from 2012. Okay, should I stay in the trade or exit? Thank you very much. Mohammed Usdjpy, good morning. Thank you very much. So Kennedy, the indicator that I'm using, I have a couple of indicators. Firstly, these two, you can see that these two are 10 and 20 EMA. Okay, so 20 EMA, 10 EMA. If you go to the indicator section, these are free indicator, you know that. I do have another one that I use, this one, which is a TF indicator. Okay, so the TF indicator is basically our trend following strategy translated into a Pine script. So it's just not an indicator, it's basically our strategy. We have translated that strategy into a Pine script to help us to screen out the trade, to give us where the chart is showing satisfying the rules of the strategies. According to our TF strategy, we can see that where is the sell. You can see there is a sell alert here on gold, which is our TF strategy satisfying. So the TF strategy that we use, there is a rules in that strategy explained, and later we have translated into a Pine script that giving us this alert according to our TF strategy. So these are the indicators that I use, moving averages as well as the TF strategy indicator. Now this TF strategy indicator is a invite only indicator. Now I could give it for free to everyone, but I don't recommend to use the indicator without learning the strategy, because relying on an indicator is not a good idea at all. I never recommend to rely on an indicator for entering a trade. It's just a tool that we have TF strategy that has a specific some criteria to fulfill to enter a trade. Now this one is just an additional confirmation. For example, if you have a fever, someone, and we put a hand, we can see that the body is hot, so you understand, okay, there's a fever. But if you have a thermometer, you know that, okay, I put the thermometer, now it's measured similarly like that. So even no one will rely on a machine. Instead, better to always cross check with learning the strategy. That's why anyone want to use, they first look at the strategy, see all the rules, and then use the indicator so that you know exactly what's happening in that trade, or it is in fact satisfying the rules or no. So yeah, these are the indicators that I use. Thank you very much. Demand area for gold, yeah, we'll be looking at the William. Good afternoon, William. Thank you very much for joining here. In the meantime, guys, make sure that you give a big thumbs up as news is coming up, so you should be able to see some volatility in the market. So in the meantime, give a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe, as you know that there is a lot of value this Saturday also and Sunday, New York and London session time. I will be releasing some of important lesson. Now this week I will be discussing about the liquidity candle. Now probably you have heard that this is the most pronounced word that I always talk about, liquidity, and I will be explaining more on that, how you can find the liquidity candle like the big boys. It will be on Saturday. I will be premiering during the London session time, so you can access it for free on YouTube. So make sure that you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel so that you are notified as soon as I release that content. So let's look at now, before the news, let me look at some of the important pairs. Euro dollar, I was planning to go long, but I still didn't go because the market is still not giving me as expected. Euro dollar, so far we saw that there is a little bit of upside in this instrument on euro dollar. This is a downtrending market, that's why I did not go long. It was showing some bullish price action on the lower time frame. If you look at the 15 minutes, 1 hour especially, was showing some bullish. There is a strong rejection from the bottom with this doji, which is a liquidity grab, but the trend is still down. On the daily you can see there is a massive drop here, and it is showing a pullback phase on this zone. And because of that, I did not go long, because I wholeheartedly try to avoid trading against the trend. And this is why, some trade, you saw that the gold trade early today, we have opened aggressively or have gone to the profit target, because when you trade with the major direction of the trend, even if your entry is not in the right place, still there is a chance for the price to go to your profit target. Even sometime error might happen. That's why trend is so important to consider when trading, and I use trend in my favor when I trade. That's why euro dollar might go a little bit of upside during the news, and then let's see if it is grabbing multiple times liquidity from the support, then probably even we could see a bit more push to the upside. But so far is still bearish trend, but slowly we saw that in this euro dollar on the 4-hour time frame, 2 candles grab liquidity from the support. Still this one is not closed, but we could see some upside on euro dollar. Maybe we might see that the price is breaking this high. Let's see how it goes. News will really will tell us what might be happening. If I look at the daily from euro dollar, we see that this is the daily support on euro USD. Okay, so with that daily support, from the support there is a bounce to the upside. Now with that bounce, euro dollar has in fact has started to push to the upside. But as I mentioned, that this is a downtrend. Okay, this is a long-term downtrend. The market is molding for a drop. This is the daily chart, and if we look at the weekly, there was a massive drop last week to this level. But at the same time, we need to keep in mind that this is a long-term downtrending market. So when you see a long-term downtrend, there's a long-term uptrending market. Now with that long-term uptrend, we saw that euro dollar back to back 2 weeks. There is a doji here, followed by a bearish candle. Okay, this is a bearish a big bearish candle on euro dollar. Now with that bearish candle, so far once the market opened, we saw that after testing this support level, euro dollar has a bounce to the upside so far, and I think that we could see some upside, and this could be the level. Okay, this is the level, could be have a bounce. Another scenario could have happened that euro dollar may have reversed and may continue its uptrend long term, which is also a probability. Then how I will be trading euro dollar? Let's go back to 4 hour. This is what I was discussing, that if I see that euro dollar is doing multiple false breakout to the support level, that means that euro dollar might be planning for reversal. And if we see that, then definitely we will be looking to take a long trade, big trade to the upside, which is also a very high probability, also a probability to happen. And I want to see that the market is doing giving us a very good trade, and patience is the key. Let's see, let the news being released first of all. I always focus on patience, so that that so far this week, this is the first day of trading week, we had one trade, which is the gold. Okay, and that gold trade given us almost 2 times profit. This is the trade that we have opened early today, and that is a profit. Okay, this is what a very important message from me, guys, that be patient in your trading. Okay, and when the market will give you a trade, it will tell you that this is the trade, this is the trade. I know that for those who are trading for some time, maybe a couple of months or a year, that many times you feel like, okay, this was a really good trade, then why did I took the other 3 trades that didn't work out? This is over trading, and it's important that everyone understand it, that over trading will take all the profit that you have gained. We do quite a few trades, we open quite a few trades, and most of them are profitable. A couple of definitely goes to stop loss as usual, but this is what I emphasize on trading with bigger probability, with a with a high winning rate. That's the key to be a successful and profitable trader. So the trade that we have opened today is on gold 2014. We bought at 2012, stop loss and TP at 2017.5. We closed a bit earlier, so entry was that. I'm just planning to plot again so that you guys know exactly how it worked out, and we'll discuss later. Okay, so this is a trade that early today we have closed on this one. From this zone, I will explain later how we got that. Now first let me see what's happening in the market currently, if we find any entry. This is the 1 hour chart. Okay, so with the news coming up, we could see some volatility. Let me see what this 5 minutes candle is doing. Looks like that it might break into the upside. Okay, so I'll be looking. Looks like that we might see again some upside movement for short term, and that could lead gold to the resistance. Let me see. So the next the next 10 minutes the news is coming, and now a bit more risky to go long because of the news. We might see spread widening. Okay, so looks to me that we might see some short-term upside, and it could take the gold again to the resistance level. Okay, so if we look at the lower time frame on the 5 minutes, so there are two. This is the next one is the last candle before the news. Let's see what it is trying to do. So let the news be settled, because if we saw that a strong upside movement we could look for, but there could be a spike initially down, and then we might see again a little bit of upside. Let's see how news candle will really tell us in fact how gold is evolving, and then we can find suitable entry on gold. In the meantime, let me quickly tell you that the trade that we have opened, so that you guys can learn, because everything here is mainly focused on learning. I know that following the trade probably you can make money, but I want you to learn, grow as a trader. We have 3 minutes to go. In the meantime, this is the trade that we have opened today. As soon as the market opened, we bought gold, stop loss entry like that. You can see we took the TP on this one fully. Now this is the candle that has triggered exactly as soon as I call for the trade, the market bounced to the upside. Now what did I look for on that trade is the support level. You can see there is a, if you look at the left side, you can see this impulse to the upside, narrow consolidation, another impulse, and the price has broken that support, consolidated along this zone, and then see how the price grabbed the liquidity. And this is the, you know, trading candle. This is the big boys candle, what I say, a big boys candle. Now big boys candle is that candle that has a huge liquidity. Now this Saturday during the London session I will discuss more on this kind of liquidity. I know that there is a many of you still want to know a lot more, and also I want to tell a lot more about liquidity, which sometime in this live session may not, because there is a need little bit of understanding, and I'll release it on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe and press that bell button and watch that during the London session time for in detail understanding. And with that liquidity graph, we do have a strategy to trade this kind of pattern, which is our sniper entry. So for those who are lifetime member, you know that starting with this liquidity graph, the market created this impulse, has come down, grab liquidity again, starting up another impulse. So very simple strategy, and we saw that from that zone the market in fact has a big shoot to the upside. Okay, so let's see now where we can find the next opportunity, because we don't want to end up with one trade only. If needed, one trade is enough, but let's see how we can get more on that. So we have 1 minute to go for the news to come up, and let's see what it is trying to do. The next candle, we'll keep eye on gold, and then we'll be looking at other instruments as well, how they are evolving over time. Okay, so as I mentioned, there is a bounce to the upside. Okay, so that means that we could see only this here is the spread widening. So that it might let me see. So it grabbed liquidity from the support, tested the daily low again in the daily resistance level. Okay, this is the level that I have drawn. Okay, so bias is still upside. Then let's see what he's trying to do. Let's see if the spread become normal. You can look for spread almost came nearly the normal. So let's see other instrument in the meantime, how they are reacting to the news. We saw that from the 4-hour 20 EMA now slowly rejecting. I think that's a liquidity gap probably. Let me see. Okay, so let's see what DXY is doing. So you see that DXY has a rejection. We could see that it's coming down a bit down, so you could potentially see euro dollar is to the upside as I mentioned. And let's see GBP USD also showing upside. Dollar CAD is coming to the support level. Dollar yen also it is crucial to see how euro dollar and other instruments are evolving. Just looking at all of them. Okay, so we see GBPUSD and euro dollar has primarily showing bullish price action on the lower time frame. So if they are showing bullish, then gold is also, because they normally move almost in the similar direction. Now if I look at this price action on gold, okay, so this lower time frame price action on gold is still showing bullish bias. This is 1 hour candle which is still showing that potential bullish price action on this from the 5 minutes. so going back to DXY. Okay, so what I see, guys, in my analysis and opinion, looks to me that DXY might drop deeper, because you see that if you look at this 4-hour candles on DXY, firstly the doji, okay, exhaustion with this movement, and then smoothly there is a reversal. Now this current candle, which is closing in 21 minutes on DXY, this is a liquidity candle, okay, and also it has grabbed liquidity from the top. It looks like it's closing as a bearish candle. So if DXY is preparing for further drop, which is possible because long-term trend is down, so you might see DXY even coming down to the daily support level, okay, which is a probability. And in that case, we could see that NZD/USD, if you look at all the USD pairs, looks like that NZD/USD, you can see slowly bouncing to the upside after grabbing liquidity, and euro/dollar in the similar way, showing potential bullish trading opportunity. Okay, so let's see a bit more. Let the candle close coming, okay, and then we will be seeing in fact which way they are heading. We'll be looking more in depth. Let me know in the chat which one you are up to. Okay, so Gbpusd coach, what made you call gold trade? Just wake me up in the middle of the night to make. Okay, very good, Jabril, that's awesome, and apology for make you middle of the week. I didn't know I called the trade on the VIP group, but yeah, that's good that you made profit. That's awesome. Okay, good day, coach. Thank you. Gilbert, good morning, coach. Thank you. RSI strategy, please explain. Yeah, absolutely, we'll be discussing on that one. Let's see how, first of all, gold, I'm trying to see what gold is doing. Hi, good evening, coach. Thank you, coach. How can I take trade with news? Where can I get the news? Okay, Dijosh, very good question. It's a very important question, because in terms of fundamental, news is the most important part of fundamental. We'll discuss more on that. Can you go long dollar CAD? No, at the moment, Kakulan, I will not be going long on dollar CAD, because looks like that DXY showing some weakness. So dollar CAD for me is still not ready for long. So what I think, the dollar CAD might at least break this support. This is the previous swing low, and after breaking this swing low, if we see that along the zone dollar CAD showing bullish, then we can look for. I think the dollar CAD, you can see that there was a reversal here, okay, and then has broken out, small consolidation, again another break. Now dollar CAD, if you look at a bit more bigger picture, you can see this dynamic resistance line, because in fact you cannot find a perfect resistance in trading like that. So with that dynamic resistance, we might see that from that resistance, dollar CAD again coming to this neckline of this previous resistance, which is turning support here, and from that level we might see the dollar CAD slowly again going to the upside. So there is one probability, in case if we see at least dollar CAD has broken this swing low and then showing us bullish price action, then only I will be looking for potential bullish. I don't think the dollar CAD will be able to be very aggressively bullish from here, because it's faced the resistance. The price action is here, is looking bearish. Hello sir, thank you. MD Mukhed, hi. Gbpusd, please. Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. Okay, NZD/CHF, yeah, we'll be looking at that. Thank you very much for all the comments. So fear and greed, my biggest emotion, how do I recover them? Okay, we'll be discussing that, no problems. Thank you. So AUD NZD is intraday bullish. Okay, we'll look at that. Euro dollar. Let me see. We are long on gold. We closed that long position. We'll be looking at again if we see. Okay, so praise the volume. Yeah, absolutely. I think that everyone can hear me. In case you guys can't hear me, let me know. So, dollar CAD. Okay, hopefully that everyone can hear me now. Gbpusd, yeah. How to manage risk without emotion? Very good question. These are the important question that I think that everyone should be looking at. Risk management, emotional resilience. In fact, these are the key points of being a successful trader. Let me see. First of all, we see some bullish momentum coming on gold. In fact, it did bounce off this level. So gold looks like that short term again pushing to the upside. Let me see now 1 hour. Interestingly, gold did exactly according to the today's analysis. Has broken the low and then pushing to the upside. So we still have 1 hour 15 minutes for this candle. We'll be looking for entry if we find one. Definitely, why should we miss? In the meantime, a couple of important questions we'll be looking at that. Okay, so firstly, emotion. I think, course, how can I trade with news? Where can I get the news? We'll be looking at that. Before that, let's quickly discuss about the how to manage the risk without emotion from others. Okay, so while gold is evolving, let's see. Let's see if he give us. If we find a liquidity candle along the zone, after grabbing liquidity, we can look for potential opportunity. This was in fact a big bullish candle. Let me see how it is evolving in that zone. So the most important question that how to manage the risk without emotion. So when it comes to emotion, definitely we know that every one of you know that there are mainly two major emotion that affect our trading is emotion of fear and emotion of greed. Okay, these are the two emotions. Now the matter of fact is that we cannot, as a human, no one can overcome emotion. In fact, I think that even it's not a good idea to try to overcome emotion. Emotion is an integral part of human nature. We are human. There will be emotion. In fact, it's sometimes helpful for us. That where there is emotion, there is an attention. If you closely look at how we pay attention, is where there is emotion. And trading needs a huge attention to be profitable. See, when it happened to me many times, I don't know how many of you experience the same way. How many times you realize that okay, there was a very good trade, but you didn't take it, and then once the trade has gone, then you realize that okay, maybe I didn't pay attention properly in that zone. And this is a very common. I think that it's common to many things, is because of the attention. Focus and attention is the key to succeed in anything. And I'm just telling from a very fundamental perspective so that everyone can get benefit, because it's a very relevant question. Because we all are human beings, every one of you experience huge emotion when trading. Now I will tell you first of all why we experience that emotion, then we can look for a solution or reduction. So firstly, that where there is emotion, there is attention. If you closely look at in a day, if I ask you in 24 hours, how much moment you can remember that you talk, you had a good time, you had a chat, you did a lot of activities. But if I tell you that what moment you remember, you see that hardly find one or two sentences or maybe a couple of sentences that you had chat with someone that you remember. The rest of the things you forget. Why do you forget? Because there was no emotion in that moment that you talk. But if you clearly pay attention, you'll see that where there is an emotion, there is an attention. That's why, to have an attentive mind when you are trading, you need emotion. Now, the question is then how does that emotion affecting our trading even on the other hand? Now, the emotion that in fact mostly affect our trading is the emotion of fear and greed. So then how do you combat that emotion of fear and greed? The only way you can do that is by, there's a saying that, let's say if there is a dark room, okay, there is a dark room, right? Now can you shovel out the darkness from the room? No one can. The only thing that you just need to open the window and then the darkness will go by itself. Similarly, the only way one can overcome the emotion of fear and greed by changing that emotion into higher emotion. That emotion is just from one energetic form to the other energetic form. It's just the vibrational frequency of that energy that when an energy vibrate with a bit lower frequency, that turn into emotion of fear and greed. But once you somehow you can increase that emotional energetic vibration, it turns into some other kind of emotion that will help you to pay attention when you are trading, that in fact you can use that emotion for your own advantage so that you can gain benefit from that emotion. Now there are a couple of ways you can do is, firstly, let's see why does the emotion in fact comes in place. The reason that emotion come is because of the meaning that we give behind what we are doing. For example, let's say you have a trading account, okay, it has some balance in it, right? Now that balance is in fact a very important things, right? Now the reason that emotion work is because the importance that we give on that particular trading account, the meaning is bringing the emotion. For example, what do I mean? Look, let's say being profitable is a very important matter for us, right? Now how do our brain translate that thing? For example, we have a brain here, okay, and we have the middle brain and our frontal lobe. Now this middle brain does not understand any verbal language. This is the reptilian brain, and that brain only consider something based on emotion. For example, when I plan to succeed as a trader, like everyone have the same plan. Now we create a plan that, okay, this is my plan, I'm gonna win a couple of trades, and regularly I will be winning trades, and then I will take my trading account from, let's say, this much to that much in 3 months time. This is the plan, and this is my success. That internally, let's say we create a plan. Now once there is a one trade is going the other direction, or a couple of trades or any trade hit the stop loss, the trading balance come down, then our middle brain consider it as a threat to success, because the trading account going up is success. That's the meaning that we create. Now if the trading account is not going to the upside, that's the brain consider it the other way around, so it consider it as a something fearful to your success. And then this middle brain only creates emotion, that is fear another greed and fear, and that is where the emotion is going to the body, and that emotion in fact impact all the decision that we make based on trading. This is the whole mechanism of emotion. Now you understand the mechanism. Then how do you combat that? By changing the meaning so that brain can read it the other way around. How does it work? For example, you can create a bigger picture. For example, let's say you need to translate to yourself that okay, one trade going wrong is not, it's okay, I can still be profitable, because in 1 year I'll lose 50 trade, still I can gain 200 trade that will make me profitable. So when you look at the bigger picture, that is where slowly you understand that the emotion actually not like the meaning, changing the meaning behind it, creating a bigger picture, and giving yourself to understand that how you can be profitable over time. So the only way that I found is thinking with the bigger picture, so that in a single trade you are not being impacted. And it's not a one-day job, definitely. You just need to give yourself some time, and I'm sure that over time you will be able to do that. It's happened to me exactly same. I think that it's more happened to me than others. I took more time than an average person to be profitable, and I lose more than average person who became after losing profitable. Now everything I had to do more, but the only thing that I had is will to hold on, and then looking at the bigger picture. And I think that every one of you in that respect is in a better position, and I'm sure that you will be able to do that. You'll be able, because how does the brain actually remember every experience that we get. For example, first day you trade, the way the emotion affected third day, in a week later it will reduce, because once the brain will see something fearful, it will generate emotion. But once you give that experience to the brain, next time it will not generate that much of emotion, and day after, and slowly it will drop, and over time you become very resilient, and you can completely detach yourself from trading, and then you'll see that the money will just come to your account. I'm being honest with you, I just press the button and the account grows, okay? Because I do have a different kind of a strategy that I use. Some of the strategy that I use, I take profit in less than 30 seconds. And that profit is enough for me to pay everything for the whole month. Now, I couldn't do that. There was a time that I couldn't do that because of the emotion. When it feels a lot of a fear when the account goes up and down, but you can do that too. That's what I try to empower everyone, so that you can gain that strength inside you, that you can do that too. Trading, there is a huge liquidity, and you can do that by just hanging on the barbershop. There's a saying that if you hang out long enough to the barbershop, you will have a haircut. That's truth. Just hang out, and either with a demo account or with a live account or with a prop firm trading challenge, just stick around, see how trading work, and then over time you'll see that if you can stick to 3 years, okay, either in a demo account or little losing little winning, you'll see that you became like a super trader. 3 years, okay, it's a long time, but if you can stick to that much of time, anyone can quit job and become a full-time trader. It's 100% possible that I see. I didn't believe when I started, sometimes feel like that nothing works. It's not possible like this, but it's very, very easy. Just the emotion is clouding the mind so that we feel like that it's not possible. But yeah, that's why, Forex Trading Wizard Academy comes in place. It will keep you in an environment. We have a chat group, we have strategies education. Also, you can join us, stay connected. Little investment for the rest of your life, and then you do what you are doing, but in the side you can keep the side half an hour time every day, keep learning, and then over time you become it's a big freedom. Even when you are going for retirement, you need a mobile phone or laptop, and then gain extra things for your life. It's a huge, or even being a full-time, everything is possible. So yeah, keep it up always, and I'm sure that every one of you will be, don't focus on a single trade. Never focus on a single trade. Every trader have some winning streak, losing streak. Some trader, you will see that sometimes have a go through drawdown, but if you can gain that strength of managing the risk and become a master of your own discipline, own mind, that you became what you want to be, no doubt. So USD short-term analysis, thank you very much. Gbpusd will be looking at that. Thank you very much. Coach, hope you had a nice weekend. I had a nice weekend. Mohanath, thanks for your support. Thank you, Mohanath. You too, thanks for being here. Gbpusd, hello sir, please check USD CAD. Absolutely, we'll be looking at that. Must change fear and greed. Yeah, very good, Mansuki. I think that very few people think about it. You told a very, very important topic. I'll discuss it, okay? It's in fact, gratitude is the most powerful, high energetic tool that one can use to achieve anything in life. We'll discuss more on this, okay? That's a really, really important. It's a good point. So how can I overcome over trading? Yeah, Karen will be discussing that. Coach, can you give us some on-site on a USD? Yep, I'll be looking at that. So much, no problems. Thank you. Please check Euro and ZD. Yeah, absolutely, look at that. Okay, so we'll look at that. Gold has let me see what it tries to do here. Okay, so from the 4 hour, what it is trying to do here. Okay, so we see that with this impulse, the prices come down to that level. Okay, so still no clear direction. Let's see what others are doing. We'll be looking at AUD USD. Okay, so looking at the AUD USD, looking at the monthly. Now from the monthly perspective, Okay, so AUD USD, like all the USD pairs, we saw that there was back to back two impulse. One here has a little pullback, there has been another one, and then has come back to this zone. What I think that now we could see still upside, I think, on AUD USD. Now this could be that the market on AUD USD could go even to that level, or we could see further drop. It's still not fully directionally clear, but what I think that AUD USD, I don't think that it will be able to create another lower low like that. Instead, at least high probability that AUD USD will break this swing high, and then from that zone we could see that AUD USD either coming down again, or like the dollar CAD we discussed, even we could see this market again going to the neckline of this head and shoulder, because we saw that AUD USD on this 4-hour time frame has formed this head and shoulder, has broken down completely to that level, and then the price is now in that support down resistance, which is a very probability to happen, and then we could see that AUD USD is coming down. Now, as you know, that AUD USD is very related to gold, so if we look at that perspective on gold, if AUD USD we see further upside, we might see that gold also remaining upside in that perspective. So if we look at daily on gold, after coming to the daily support, we see the market again moving towards the upside. So we could see that gold, this is the 54 minutes later, this candle is closing, which is a doji. Now there is something that we need to look at here on gold, is that this doji, okay, is, if let's say if this is closing like that, for me it's a bullish price action still, because you know that the price, you can see, still creating series of higher low, and it may not close like that, but even if it is closing as a doji, that's for me a bullish price action. Is still there is an upside possible, as still maintaining a series of higher low. And let's see if we can find an entry in that area on gold. Let's see what it is trying to do here. Just for an entry, I need to see a very impressive bullish price action that we did early today here on gold. You see that as soon as I have opened the trade, that has a massive bounce to the upside like this one, a good price action. Then as soon as you will find, you will be looking for an entry, and I trade mostly gold on 5 minutes. So let's see how it does on gold, and in the meantime I will be looking at other one that you guys are looking at. Okay, so very true, I have been trading for almost 4 years, and at the last 3 years mark is when everything was even more. Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, absolutely, this is what it is. When you give yourself some time, our brain is really powerful. It will catch up everything over time. In the beginning it becomes a little bit overwhelmed, but over time it becomes very powerful. NZD, so NZD USD, yeah, looks like that. Muhammad Salim Salman is, if we look at the NZD USD, if euro dollar, GBP USD and gold is going up, NZD USD looks like that is still to the upside. This doji, for me, it's a bullish price action. It's grab liquidity with this doji. So there is a candle close on all of them. Quickly, let's look at, see, except NASDAQ and US30. Just looking at quickly. Okay, GJ also form a doji, which is for me a bullish price action. So if GJ managed to break to this level, if you look at the 4 hour, There is a doji here. I think that it might, if it breaks this doji's low and then again revert back, will be a very good area for a potential bullish. I think that we might see now short-term downside for a pullback. If it managed to do that, we'll look for buying opportunity on GBP, JPY. Okay, so we'll be looking at that in all of them. Let's see how it does. The GBP, JPY also looks like that. It started to move from here. If we look at the daily, already there has been significant bullish move today, and for me, I think the GBP, JPY could rise to the upside. Okay, so let's see. I think, after testing this doji's low, this support, we can expect GBP, JPY to continue to rise. We'll be looking at that. So in the meantime, Mansuki had a question. So before we move on to the other pair, that's also important. We must change fear and greed, replace with gratitude. So for losing, there is a very important topic, is that in fact I know that it's you might say that, okay, it's not fully part of trading, but it's a very integral part of trading psychology. What I'm saying is the permanent solution, permanent shifting from one state to the other state, which is possible by gratitude, is a very, very high energetic state of being, that if one can stay in that being, he or she become superhuman. Keep in mind, because the fastest way to achieve anything in life is the gratitude. Imagine that, let's say, let me give you an example. For example, imagine two scenario. Okay, you went to a person, and first, before we go to that, that this whole universe is the intent. Everything has an intention. Let's say, as a human being, we had an intention, you have an intention. So your intention, for example, you wanna, every human internally always a very honest, holy intention. Every human, even with a person, we think that, let's say, maybe we think that, let's say, evil or anyone, but internally everyone has a really fair intention. Intention is everything, but many of them are unconscious. That's why we feel like it's not a right intention. But if you look at the true intention, let's say your intention is to make profit, be profitable trader, like, you'll see that behind is a good intention. You wanna be profitable because you want to support your family, you want to support yourself, is also the most important part. You want to support yourself, you want to live a good life, stress-free life, the one life that you deserve. So that's an intention, right? The whole universe has an intention, and the intention is, so how do you, like, think about yourself. Like, so when do you become mostly happy? When you are appreciated, right? Anything, you'll see that the most thing a person happy, not money, not anything, is the appreciation. When you are appreciated, you become the most happiest person, and happiness is the energy. You see that how you can raise your energetic happiness is by being a when you appreciate yourself or appreciate others, that's where so gratitude is appreciation. And the universe itself has an intention. Is the intention of the universe is expansion, growth, and creation. So when you appreciate anything, that's the gratitude, and that's where you, in fact, changing your any kind of internal state to a higher energetic state. And that's where you can create anything in your life, no doubt about it. Anything, you can become anyone, You can, wherever you want to go, how much you want to earn, whatever you want to live, you can do that by changing that internal state. And that's the fastest way to go, is by gratitude. So gratitude can be, you can be grateful for anything, simplest thing you can be grateful, but your brain remember that things. Okay, so your brain cannot understand it's a smaller thing or the bigger thing. So how do we communicate with the energetic level with that? Is by, for example, you are a human being, okay, so you have an energetic, internal. If you go to the quantum field, then you see that in quantum physics, if you go to the subatomic level, it's a wave of energy. So you can influence that energy because it's most all connected with the universe. The dark energy, dark matter, the whole universe is connected to us, right? So once you tell the universe how you want to be with the universe, is by how you appreciate yourself. So if you, let's say, if you are appreciating for a coffee that you had today, or anything that you did today, to yourself or to outside, same thing. If you appreciate others or appreciate yourself, your brain remember it, think it as the same thing. There's no difference in it. And then you giving the universe a connection, because it's changing your internal state of being. Your energetic state is going up, and then you tune into the lifeline that you want to go, because everything you want is already exist. There is no doubt about it. Everything is like a supermarket shelf, because it's your choice that you will make. But to see the things that you want to see, you need to be in that state of being, that things that you want it exist in different level. If I give you a clear example to understand, for example, there is a radio station, okay, or TV. So if you turn on the TV, you see one channel at a time. You press the remote and you see that, let's say, sports, and change the remote, change the frequency, you see another things. You see, it's like a radio station. Whatever you will be tuning to, you will be listening. That tuning will determine your energetic state of being, and that is only you can do by increasing that energetic frequency, where the things that you really want is exist. That ideas, thinking will automatically come in your mind when you change that state of being. And the fastest way to do is by gratitude. You can't understand every step, but once you cultivate a high level of gratitude, you know that exactly how to get there. So some people write a diary or a note to write down every day what you are grateful for. Maybe you are grateful for something already exist. So it's a fast, because your brain has started to remember everything already there. You're happy, so your feeling of lack is dropping, and you become more and more happier. And then you started to take action, and ideas and thinking is more and more increasing your life quality, and whatever you want to be, you become. And it's unimaginable, trust me. So this is where a very powerful to be grateful for anything, and then you started to experience different reality that you never even thought of. So there is a lot of things that I think that's very important as a human being, to be a trader or to be the life that you want to live. And you can do that, it's a very powerful stuff. Okay, so let's see. We did a lot of things. We'll discuss a part of trading psychology, because if you take a knife, if you buy a knife for, let's say, cutting the cucumber, and you can use the same knife for cutting the carrots also, right? Similarly, if you know how to become like that in any area of your life, then you can become a trader also. The same thing. So the same trading psychology is is helping you to be successful, also will help you in every area of your life. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much, Muhammad Yusuf. Good day, thank you very much. Okay, very good, thank you. So let's see now. Okay, so in this 5 minutes time frame, there is a candle that has a long wick. So this price action for me on gold is still not fully, it's a bit more sideways. So let me see on euro dollar, and we see that Gbpusd never seen you laughing. Why? I am a very happy man. I do laugh a lot because I started to try to stay attentive. That's why maybe you haven't seen that. In the beginning of my session, every day I start smiling. There's a little bit of difference between I had to be. Yeah, laughing is very very good for your health. Yeah, I do a lot. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's look at CAD JPY. Now, if we look at bigger picture, so we see that JPY pairs, in fact, yeah, so CAD JPY as well, we see that after multiple liquidity gap has formed a doji, it's now formed an inverted head and shoulder, forming and pushing to the upside. So let's see. I think that CAD JPY pair is still looking bullish. GBP JPY as well. So early today, I missed that trade on GBP JPY here, and I think that it's gonna push to the upside. But already the price has moved long enough, so from ATR perspective, we might see a little more to the downside on. I want to see a little pullback from ATR because it's already has gone well above in that direction. Okay, so this is the daily chart, but looks very aggressively bullish on this one. if we find entry, we can look at that. Let's see how it does. Nasdaq, yeah, the NZD CAD on 4-hour open short. Can you share thoughts? Yeah, absolutely. NZD CAD. So if you look at the monthly on NZD CAD, we see that you open a short. Okay, so looking at the monthly, we see the price on a resistance level here on NZD CAD, and if we look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, okay, that we will discuss it. So there is a resistance on NZD CAD. This is the weekly resistance. So today, so far after the market open, we saw that has gone up now, pushing down. If I look at the daily, yeah, the price after testing this support and resistance, we see that the price tested and then coming down. So if you look at the 4-hour, okay, so NZD CAD is still bearish. Okay, so the price action, we can see that with this head and shoulder formation has a big drop, tested this level, is still bearish, and I think that we might see a little downside on NZD CAD. Okay, so for me it's looks to me bearish. Mehrdad question, hello coach, it seems you never use other indicators like RSI, MACD. Based on your experience, does it mean they're kind of useless? No, they are not, definitely they are not useless. Thousands of traders, millions of traders use them. The reason I don't keep on my chart is because you know, too many indicators might make me confused, but I used to use them. Sometimes I look at, if I'm not sure about something that I look at, I use them. They are good indicator. In fact, RSI, MACD, definitely they are not useless, but you know, people normally use a, you know, create a strategy around those indicators. So if you, let's say, use only an indicator to find a trade, then it's not a good idea. For example, you know, our TF strategy combines with 10 and 20 EMA. So maybe you can, you know, some of you, I had also before a strategy with Bollinger Band. Bollinger Band also very good indicator. It shows a very good signals. So it depends on, if you have a strategy, for example, these are the conditions. I want to see a double top, and then I want to see that RSI divergence, then I will go for short. But you need to back test, for example, like that. So, or maybe, you know, you want to see a double bottom, but at the same time you want to see RSI on the oversold, and then there is a divergence, or MACD in the same way. So that really helps to get more refined trading opportunity, because maybe, let's say, if you look at double bottom all the time, you see double bottom on the top where the price on an overbought, maybe not that much of it, but if you see a double bottom, let's say, but the RSI on the oversold, that means that there will be more probability for this price to move to the upside, like that. So depending on your strategy, you can use them, and I think that it's not necessary, because what trader use, it's necessary. Any let's say I give an indicator, I create an indicator without any information, but everyone start to use that, you'll see this one will be an important indicator, because it's all about the belief in the market. The more people use something, is more of, you know, there will be a reaction of price from that zone in the market. That's how the market works. Eurusdjpy, US30, Mohammed, thank you, Can. What about the gold? Okay, Can was talking about that. We'll be looking at US30. Okay, so US30, and then we'll be looking back to the gold. Now US30, as I mentioned earlier today, that the price might go to the, it has gone that level. Let me see the daily. Okay, so from the daily we saw that there is a daily doji. Normally this is what happened. You see that when there's a long wick candle at the top and bottom, a healthy body, you'll see the price will normally test the high. Okay, and now when the price tested the resistance, we see that rejection is coming. Okay, so we see the price has formed a double top and slowly dropping. Okay, so if we look at back to daily, so what I think that on US30, because it tested the high of the daily, we might see now the price is coming to test the low of the daily. Okay, so this is where we could see that US30 might be testing the low of the daily. So there is a downside possible on US30 from the daily, and we saw the weekly as well. We saw initially movement to the upside, has pushed to the upside. Now we can expect, if we look at the monthly as well, on the weekly there is a probability for the price to drop towards the downside. So this is the possible, this is a resistance level and the price is jumping, and at the same time we see there is an equal high is being created. So the price might be in this narrow range. What I think that US30 might be coming down and then going up again. We might see even the price is moving in that narrow range. So for the time being, we could see that US30 coming towards the downside. Thank you, no problems, thanks that can. What about gold? Okay, so we'll be looking at gold now again. Looking at that on gold. Okay, so with that it's in a sideway at the moment. In the beginning we saw that. So when in a sideway, sometimes hard to trade, I know that. So this is where we saw the price I think that even in the sideway on the 4 hour, which is closing in 28 minutes, okay, looks to me that gold might be breaking to the upside. It looks like that it's forming an inverted head and shoulder along the zone, and the way I see the price action, for me it's possible break to the upside initially at least. Okay, so this 4 hour candle so far is still not closed, as I mentioned. That's why 28 minutes remaining. But if it closing as a, let's say, green doji, I think that gold might be breaking to the upside, because with this bullish candle back to back 3 sessions, we saw the market in this narrow range, and because it's on a range, we could see that break to the upside. There is a very high probability. Please check Usdjpy and NAS100 dollar CAD. Yeah, absolutely, look at that. So okay, so you see that gold for me looks to me that the way I see the price action, you see there is a strong liquidity gap here, And interestingly, gold is doing exactly today's analysis as per this is what I expected, and looks like that it's going in the same direction, but we need an entry on this one. The impulse friction. So gold, for me, there is a probability for this gold price to break to the upside. Okay, the way this price action I see here is significantly, it looks to me that it's bullish. Okay, so from 5 minutes, so we might see the test of the daily high. Okay, so if that's the case, so we might see the test of the daily high, and if we go long, then not have enough risks to reward here. Okay, let the candle close, because if this doji is closing as a red downside, even you could see the downside movement. That's why so far okay, the one we did the last day of trading week was a great one. Let's see if we can find this kind of price action. Is not impressive still. It's satisfying some of the rules of our TF strategy, but the price action is not strong enough. You can see a little bit of in a sideway. Might come. meantime, Tajid, hello, thank you Tajid, thank you very much. Okay, so let me look at in the meantime what these are doing. Euro dollar, I'll be looking at quickly. So quickly let's look at as the news calendar as well, because news will really give us an insight of how it might do. Okay, so if you look at the calendar, today we saw that so dollar news has been released, which is well below the expectation. Now tomorrow coming GBP, okay, and we see that CAD coming. So GBP USD, USD CAD, GBP CAD, and next day is AUD USD. So these three pairs going to be very volatile, and we do have a strategy relating to this kind of news strategies. I will explain dollar CAD. So first let's look at dollar CAD. Is going to be, it definitely will give us some good trading opportunity. Dollar CAD, we see that from this support level slowly the price marching to the upside. It will be an important point to look at, because as the news is coming, dollar CAD definitely will give us a very good trading opportunity. Now you can see the dollar CAD, this is the 4 hour. Let me look at the bigger picture. First of all, weekly. Now from the weekly, we see the dollar CAD, there is a huge bullish candle on the weekly, a strong bullish engulfer. If we look at the monthly, we can see the dollar CAD has tested the both high and low of the monthly doji. It's a very interesting price. So you can see there is a monthly doji, and that monthly doji has created a higher low and also lower high along the zone. Now with that monthly doji, now this current one tested both, now again below the monthly opening and closing. I think that dollar CAD might remain to the upside, because the trend is always to the upside. So if we look at the weekly, so far after this weekly bullish engulfer, this week after breaking the weekly high immediately has come down. So from the weekly we see a bullish engulfer. We can expect the price to go up, but at the same time we need to see that every week the price is creating series of lower high, so which is a bit more difficult for the price to break the high. So it might need liquidity. If we look at the daily, this is the daily impulse on the dollar CAD, and also reach that resistance level. Now with that resistance on dollar CAD, we can see that the price has formed this impulse correction, and for me I think dollar CAD might come to test this daily support, one probability. Another probability even to come down to test the neckline of this previous resistance and support, and then to go bullish. So from the lower time frame, I think the dollar CAD, this current candle, if this current doji is not able to break the previous one's high, remaining lower high, we might find a very sharp selling opportunity on dollar CAD. It might even drop now, but if let's say if it is forming as a doji like that dollar CAD 4 hour and couldn't break the previous one's high, then we might find a dollar CAD to drop towards the downside. Okay, now how do I look at that? We had a strategy that we use to trade news that's available. This is our news and price action strategy. That's a very effective, because this is the main way that I integrate fundamental in my trading, because there is no other way one can interpret a market that how it will do the react with the news. So I had a question before relating to that. Let me address to that question from, I think, Hedad, that asked about the news. So let's go to that point. So the question was, remember that how do you trade news, and where do you find news? Okay, so firstly, to find news, this is a free website where you can see the Forex Factory. And once you open the Forex Factory, this is the calendar. This site I use normally for news announcement, and in the beginning we might see a lot. So if you go to the filter and uncheck all this unnecessary, this normally for me unnecessary news, might look at that, but it might confuse you. I just look at the high impact because this is the most important one. Apply filter and make sure you synchronize your current time with this timing zone, and then you'll see that high impact news is being displayed. Now another question, the part of the question is, how do you trade news? Now normally in majority of the time I trade news either very early, couple of sessions earlier than news, or immediately after the news. During the news or just before news, very rarely. Sometime I do if I have a very good price action confirmation, but there is always a relationship with the price action with the news. See, dollar CAD, GBP CAD and GBP USD will have some different kind of price action than other instrument. This is how after long observation, this is what I have seen, which is proven and really works, is that why this happen is because, see, this data that we as a retail trader, we cannot interpret this data, but the price really impacted by this data. But when they are released, the market is gone, right? You see that there's a big spike and that gone. It's not almost impossible to catch the trade. But there is a thing that the success leaves clue, that price action, that release also leaves a clue in the price action. We did in the past quite a few trades even on the live. So when this news is being released, the price action behave in a certain way that is predictable with a high accuracy, not 100%, nothing in 100% trading, but with a very high accuracy, that it's predictable that the market is going in that way because this is the news coming up. And we do have a strategy, you can find it in a student dashboard, which is news and price action, where it is explained how the news and price action related to each other, which really gives a big advantage. You can learn that strategy also if you are our lifetime member. If you are already member, you can go to that. If you're not, I will invite you also join us. You can join us, link in the description area, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. I'll invite you to join us to learn that strategy and also many other strategies, and also be part of our trading community to access that strategy. If you're a lifetime member, you can do that along with many other trading tools that we have in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So for me, I think the dollar CAD is coming down for a deeper pullback. It initially, there are two possible scenarios. One is to come down to test this level and then slowly form a bullish price action to break to the upside. The other probability is to come back down even to this level and then to go bullish. So for me, I will look for the entry according to news and price action strategy on dollar CAD as well as in GBP USD. So you see the GBP USD now, after this bullish candle pushing to the upside, I think this one also even could remain bullish. Okay, you see that even it could break high and then form an inverted head and shoulder, and then could go up even to test this level, or even to go to the resistance zone and then coming down or pushing to the upside again. So based on the price action confirmation, we'll see how this might do. So from that perspective, we see that gold is in fact you know, we see the Gbpusd is breaking to the upside. We see gold is moving towards the upside in that respect. This is the 15 minutes candle, which is a bullish. Okay, so is it possible to get your signals if I just enter them into? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Yep, sure, no problems. Yeah, absolutely. Tadeja. So I don't trade on Mondays. What about you, boss? Do you trade on Mondays? Yeah, absolutely. I do trade on Mondays, and Mondays, yeah, I do trade on Mondays as well as in all trading days. Yeah, I do trade. This could be your reason, but I don't see any issue on trading on Monday. Let me know specifically why you don't trade on Monday. What's your TP on gold? So we had a trade on gold which closed to it profit. I'm waiting for another one. Okay, let's see if this is in this session. We'll be looking at that. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I do have a display. Have a display. So this is you can look at our past trading history, past trading record. Everyone, if you're interested, you can look that. Can show you from upward. So this is April week 3rd. From week. This is not. I think it just took all this, so ignore this one here. So April week 1 we had 9% gain, and we had around 369 pip gross gain. So here a little bit of change I have to. Okay, so this one is not correct. So this one has a net gain of a gross gain of 11.3%. April week 2 minus 2%, so 9% here. And these are the pips, that 322 pip net, 377 pip gross, 55 pip minus. And April week 3 is, we had a very great week. That week was 364 pip net, 539 pip gross, 175 pip minus on this 11%. So the more important, I look at the percentage, because pip is not the most important, because in our gold trade I send with a very tight stop loss, and that if I tell, let's say 10 pip stop loss or 15 pip stop loss on gold, but that give us say 2%. So today's trade, you can see how many pip stop loss was. It's around less than 20 pip stop loss. Okay, and we gain that one around 1.8%. so which is in fact a very important. So pip is not more important for me. More important is the percentage. So week 4 also, we had this last week. This is the last week, May week 2. We had, this is the, in all of them this week, still we are in positive 176 pip net, but above is always great. So this week is still, we are today still not updated. Week 3, which is the gold trade, which is a winner. This is the first trade of the week today, gold, and I want to see more. And our gold trade is in comparison with other instrument, gold trade are very good. And gold trade has a very tight stop loss always with a high profitability. So yeah, this is the displayed and clear and precise results. Anyone, if you have any question, ask me, or if you want to join us to learn and trade with us, you can join us. There's a link in the description area. Yeah, absolutely, Angie. Yeah, absolutely. For 400 pip, which is possible, but the more important is, I think, that is more of percentage rather than the pip, because it's all about how much percentage is gaining. It's you know, you can gain 1000 pip with $1,000, or you can give 10 pip with $10,000, which is the main thing here is the percentage. Okay, so let's look at gold is up. Okay, GBP JPY, how is this? Okay, so okay, thanks, no problems. Awesome, thank you very much. So we'll be looking at that now. From the 4 hour, we see the gold, in fact, looks like that it's pushing high, and looks to me that gold has broken to the upside. Let me see how we can find an entry. So we see that gold is still bullish, which in fact has gone up as expected. Okay. So we see that gold just has reached the daily resistance level. I think that, you know, we might see the market is finally, this is the 4 hour candle, and let me see. So it in fact formed this inverted head and shoulder, and then, you know, broken to the upside. So entry. So if I find a liquidity candle along this zone, so with the candle close, we might see some deeper pullback, you know, on the lower time frame, especially on the 5 minutes. If we find a liquidity candle here for an entry with the direction of the trend, I'll be looking for buying opportunity. So this is a, you know, looks like that we might see some upside, and if you closely look at it, you can see there is an imbalance in that area. Okay, we could see that this zone might be, you know, it's going to fill in that area. Okay, so there is a bullish opportunity now. Oh, thank you very much, Mohammed. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so Muhammad Salman, looks to me that gold is bullish, so let's see how it does. Also, I don't take okay, that's good. AUD CHF, we'll be looking at that. Okay, so okay, so let's look at now on AUD CHF. Looking at the AUD CHF, let me see what it is trying to do here on AUD CHF. Looking at the monthly, so weekly, just today the opening of this weekly candle. AUD CHF, 4 hour. You know, I think that even we could see some downside on this one possible, because you can see that there is a daily impulse and then has come to that level. This is the daily candle, which is still really not clear, either it's coming down or pushing high, but we could see even coming to this previous resistance and support here on a USD-CHF. But you know, from the directional, it looks to me that, you know, bearish, maybe not fully creating new lower low, but instead coming to this level, and even we could see a daily candle like that, and later we might see that going to the upside. But it's not a very strongly trending market, so you know, I will not be this is not much of bullish trend. Instead, what I see that on a USD-CHF, there is a drop, correction drop, has broken this swing high, and then we could see even further, you know, which is possible to drop further. So this is what I see, including the CAD CHF in the same way. Just looking at this. Okay, so euro dollar, going back to euro dollar. Before that, let me see. Okay, so we saw that gold in fact has a candle close with this candle. Let me see what it has done here. Also we see WTI candle close, US30 candle close. So US30 close with a very strong red candle. NASDAQ also, there is not much in any of them. Let me see the gold. Now from gold, as this is closed as a bullish candle, let me see what might be happening with gold quickly. Okay, so from the bigger picture, what I see that gold after the candle close, I think that is still upside is possible on gold. Okay, the price action for me looks still bullish. We see the price is maintaining this this support level. This bullish candle so far is this candle is a bullish candle for me. I think that we could see slowly moving towards the upside. From the daily, from the 1 hour also is a bullish candle, followed by candle that has a long wick at the bottom and also at the top. So from the 30 minutes, a bullish candle, and the 15 minutes we see that there is an inverted head and shoulder here, and has broken to the upside. Okay, so for me, from 5 minutes, if we look at, so there could be some pullback, very highly likely, as the price reach the daily resistance. Could be a pullback. Let me see the price moving how from bigger picture. If you look at the 5 minutes chart, so if we delete that, okay, so the price is moving with this channel, okay, just very visible here. Now the question is either the price is breaking up further or it is coming to the support zone again before going to the upside, which is also possible to come to the support level before breaking to the upside. So let's keep that in our plan. What I think that gold, okay, so because it's in this bullish channel, if gold managed to give us another bullish signal along the zone, we can look for buying, because from the 4-hour so it will really determine how the price action is reacting in that area. So for me, what I see that gold, you see that there is this pattern is a bullish pattern, okay, and it is very important that patience is very important in trading, okay. This is where most trader just got caught, is because when one is impatient, there is a chance of losing temper and then jumping on a trade and say, oh, it's a long time I'm waiting, I just need a trade. This is what I do until I triggers my rules. I normally try to be patient. If I'm not trading, that's fine. The balance in my trading account is still there, that's good. If I'm trading, I need high probability trade or high risk to reward. So let's see how it goes. Aussie yen, yep, relax. Are you in nearby? So we had bought gold today early. We had a trade on gold. There is one trade so far. I wanna that was a profitable trade, and I will enter again as soon as I will find. I'm just waiting for on gold and any other instrument. So the Aussie yen, let me look at the Aussie yen in the meantime. So Aussie yen, like all the yen pairs, looks like that Aussie yen also so far bullish with this doji. The price has broken to the upside. If we look at the weekly, we can see that after the previous weekly close, so far the market bounced to the upside. And from the monthly also we see that possible bullish price action from the lower time frame. Aussie yen after this doji, it's in a sideways. So for me, Aussie yen also, I want to see that the market has done proper test here. Okay, so if you look at the Aussie yen price, you will see that this price in fact going, if we just keep like that or with that one only, so we see that the price has formed a reversal here, okay, a double bottom consolidation, has broken to the upside. Highly likely the price, this is the resistance, turn support here, and from that zone we can expect a bullish move to the upside. For Aussie yen, for me, after dropping, we'll look for buying. I think that Aussie yen might form an inverted head and shoulder, and then we could see that the price is moving to the upside. At this point, there is no way we can trade in any way. So for me, Aussie yen, I'll look for potential bullish trading opportunity, one I'll find that option. Okay, so AUD NZD, let me look at AUD NZD. AUD pairs looks bullish, including the AUD NZD. If we look at the daily so far, there was a last day of trading with a bullish candle. Today so far we see that AUD NZD remaining bullish. I think that we might see a bit more move to the upside. If you look at the weekly price action, we saw that there is weekly doji. This is a bullish candle for me. I think that with that bullish candle we might see AUD NZD may break to the upside. Okay, so if we look at lower time frame, I will also go long on AUD NZD if I see, you see this is a buy candle here. Okay, that one I think from the last week. So far there is this one also a strong liquidity gap. So it is gathering liquidity from the support, and with a very strong breakdown, I'll look for buying opportunity. Normally in that situation you'll see that one candle will come like that, will test all of them, test the 20 EMA, so it normally will violate all this liquidity candle, will give a very good one for potential bullish opportunity. Okay, so yeah, AUD NZD after proper pullback will look for buying. So looks like that AUD pairs are potentially except AUD USD now coming down for a pullback. Just looking at, okay, let me look at the gold again. So you see that gold after this candle close, now when I trade gold, I look for this kind of sharp move. Okay, understanding sharp move is very, very important. When you enter in a sharp move, then you can take big risk to reward ratio. You can see that gold has this sharp move, this one early, I missed that today, this one, and then I've been able to catch this one. Okay, this is another sharp move, a huge move with this liquidity candle, and this is where I have entered. Exactly when I entered, also I sent the same trade alert to the students who are trading with us, and from that zone we saw this big move happen. Okay, exactly, make a big move. So this is where I wait for the sharp move, which is on the 5 minutes time frame. It happens on gold. You'll see consolidating, and then suddenly after showing some kind of pattern you'll see the breakout, and this is what I do. Now if you also want to trade with us, also you can join us. You see that I do send all the trade that I do in the VIP Telegram channel. You can join us, link in the description, or also visit the website, link in the description, also link at the top of the chat. Any question, let the live agent know. She will be able to answer any question that you have. So we are doing very well and helping thousands of traders every day. So if you beginner or have experience, still we have strategies that you can learn. You can be part of the trading community, access all the trading tools, and if you are our lifetime member, you will be here forever. So yeah, you can join us, link in the description. Any question, let us know in the live chat. Ethel, good afternoon coach, which time frame is the best to trade US30, US100? We'll be looking at that. Are you very replied? Oh, thanks Muhammad. Yeah, thanks for your, it's up to you. Thanks for that. Please check Gbpusd. Can I sell it now? Keen. Okay, in the meantime you can join the free Telegram channel, link given in the live chat, and also there is a link in the description area, so that you if you can stay connected with us with the free Telegram channel. So let's see. Okay, so with the Gbpusd, we'll be looking at that. Good afternoon. Which time frame is the best to trade US30 and US100? Okay, so US30 and US100, you can trade in any time frame. Time frame is not, it's not that much. They are saying that, let's say, I also thought when I started beginning trading that lower time frame is not reliable. This is not fully true. I will tell you how it true and false. You can trade on the lower time frame, which is also reliable. It's not that, let's say, if you are trading on the 5 minutes, okay, it's not that 5-minute market structure breaks. 5 minutes price action also work. The most important part here is you need to know that what price action will really work on the 5 minutes or on the 4 hour or on the daily. Let me give you a physical example so that you exactly understand. See, trading on the 4 hour or on the 1 hour or on the 5 minutes, if you know exactly when to pinpoint or how the price action works, you can trade in any time frame. The only thing is that the lower time frame is not advisable to the new trader, is because you might need to make a very quick decision, and sometime new trader take a lot of trade in the lower time frame because they see a lot of trades. That's the only issue. Otherwise, if you are experienced, then let's say the gold, I trade gold mostly on 5 minutes, and it's very, very high accuracy in all the trade alert that I send in for myself as well. Most of my trade I trade on gold, and that's along with many other traders and many other instruments. So gold works very well. You see that, let's say this price action on the 5 minutes, okay, it worked, right? It has a bounce immediate, and it worked, and then consolidation. This one also, this is the trade that we have, it's worked. So in any time frame, you can see that there's a strong bounce and it didn't break, right? It gone to the upside in a zone that you need to trade. But if you look at the 4 hour, also works, right? In any instrument. Now there are a couple of things that one must need to look at. For example, gold, I trade on the lower time frame, but I don't trade on 5 minutes. For example, AUD NZD or Aussie, AUD or NZD pairs. Normally I don't trade on lower time frame. Why? Because their spread is widens, and the price action most of the time is choppy. So let's say AUD NZD, very choppy, and especially during the weekend or daily opening closing, the price spread widen a lot. But GBP/JPY is a very good pair even for 5 minutes trading. Sometimes GBP/JPY has a very good trade on the 5 minutes. Most of the time 15 minutes is very good price action. So for US30, based on your spread, I would say that based on your experience, either you can trade on 5 minutes or you can trade on 1 hour, 4 hour, or daily. It mostly depend on your trading time also. Okay, for example, if you have a full-time job or a part-time job, you don't have that much of time to sit down in front of the chart to find out the trade, because if you want to trade on the 5 minutes, in fact you need to give a lot of time to see when the trade is coming in the market. But if you trade on the 4 hour, you know that this is 5 o'clock, there will be a candle close, and you create a plan around that and sit down, close the door 10 minutes earlier, make a short list quickly, which pair looks like. This is what I did when beginning. I used to still do the same, because now I have a very wide range of trading activities, so I keep watching all of them. But when I started, I just, couple of pairs and then shortlisted them, and from there make a very precise shortlist, 2 or 3 pairs, and set up the trade, do the risk management, and then forget it. So it's simplest way one can do on the 4 hour or even on the daily. It depends on your personal circumstances, but I think that you can trade, but spread is very important. If you have a very low spread, then you can trade on the lower time frame. Otherwise, if your spread is more, then definitely higher time frame is advisable. So let me see what's happening with the gold now. We see that coming to that level. Okay, so from the 15 minutes, okay, so you see the market might be, yeah, this is the channel, and I think that it might come to the support zone again. I don't see anything yet, so let's see. Okay, dollar yen. Okay, we saw that there is a bearish candle. Now again the price is moving in the direction. So dollar yen also very strongly bullish market. So far I see that this is an aggressive bullish market. If we look at the monthly, the price on the monthly resistance level, if we look at the weekly, we can see the previous week there is a candle that is a bullish. For me, dollar yen, highly likely, I think that the market will break to the upside on dollar yen. We look at the daily, we can see that with this doji bullish candle, and then now the price is moving to the upside. So for me, dollar yen, I will be waiting for an entry with a suitable entry point. So it might, what I want is for the price to test this neckline, because when dollar yen has moved to the upside, it formed an inverted head and shoulder along this zone, has broken to the upside, left a neckline of this level, which is the previous, you can see the previous resistance support here, which is turning support here, and from here we can expect dollar yen to give us a very good trading opportunity. If it managed to drop, it's not, maybe not dropping that level. If it is not dropping here, then we'll see how it is doing along the way. We can jump on a trade, but for me, if it breaks down, that will be a very good trading opportunity for dollar yen. Okay, so let me see in the chat. Okay guys, in the meantime, if you are anyone looking for a regulated broker, you can join EverTrade. So they are our regulated recommended broker. EverTrade is regulated, so your capital will be in a safe hand. So I give a link on the live chat for EverTrade, so you use that link, click that link, and then join EverTrade, register for free. You will be in the safe hand. Okay, check Gbpusd. Yeah, we'll be looking at which broker you okay, Imran Khan, just yeah, I use EverTrade, and also I recommend EverTrade. You can use EverTrade. So there's a link given in the description area, in the also in the live chat, so you can click the link and then register for free, start trading with, even with a minimum capital, you can start trading with them. They are regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. So looking at dollar Swiss franc, guys, we see that dollar Swiss franc has formed a middleman along this zone, and with that middleman formation, dollar Swiss franc has so far downside. Based on the price action, we can look for opportunities. Still, I'm not seeing any clear direction in any of them, so that's why I'm still waiting for an entry in those pairs. You can see euro dollar now. So this is why it grabbed liquidity, now coming down for a pullback. So depending on how the price action is forming, I'll be entering. So euro dollar, you can see the previous session there was a liquidity candle, the price again coming down. If euro dollar is grabbing liquidity multiple times, I'll look for buying. Let's see how it does, but it's still, this is not a very impressive price action for either selling or buying. Once I'll see that entry, we'll be looking for that euro dollar. Okay, so euro AUD and euro NZD looks like that it might come further downside. Except JPY, CHF after the doji, we see that the market in fact now bouncing off. Okay, this is a very strong bull market, CHF and I think that this market, you can see there is a huge liquidity gap in that area, quite a few dojis, and from that zone there is a big move. From a doji, we see again another bullish move on CHF. From bigger picture, from the monthly, we see that CHF is almost near the monthly resistance level. If we look at the weekly, we can see that the same thing. There is a doji and the price is moving up. So looking at the daily, from the daily perspective as well, after breaking this doji's low, the price now pushing to the upside, and I think that CHF it gained momentum from the support. We could see that the market is moving to the upside, but there is a probability, when the market moves like that, creating a smaller wave, it normally after breaking the high come down for a deeper pullback. For me to enter CHF I want to see 20 EMA has been retested and given us a price action according to our rules of our strategies, then I will be looking for long. This is where not a good place for buying, neither for selling. Okay, we might see that after breaking this high, deeper down on CHF and then we could look for potential trading opportunity. Okay, thank you very much. NZD USD, so we see that all USD pairs almost going in the same direction, including NZD USD. So where is the NZD USD? So NZD USD, you can see after the doji, we can see the market is dropping towards the downside. I think that I'm still not impressively bearish. I want to see a clear price action. I think we might see further move to the upside, at least to this 20 EMA. If we see that the price has given us a clear bearish price action, then only. Otherwise, I want to see, still I don't want to conclude that NZD USD is dropping or it's going up, because there has been a drop. We did not see enough pullback in that market, so you want to see enough pullback, and then it might even slowly pushing up, or after pullback coming down based on the price action confirmation again. So in the meantime guys, make sure that you give a big thumbs up to this live streaming and also subscribe to the channel. This weekend, like every weekend, this weekend also some important lesson coming. I'll be explaining liquidity. Probably you have heard of that word that I am always talking about, the liquidity. I'll be telling exactly, because this is the big boys strategy. This is how the market really moves. If you want to know how the market really moves, this is a very must watch video that coming up this weekend. So make sure that you stay subscribed, press that bell button, and I'll be pausing for 2 seconds so that everyone have time to do that. Thanks for that. Amazing. So make sure that you do that and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. So can I yeah, absolutely. Looking at gold again. Okay, so you see that gold after the candle close again has come to the support level. Okay, so the channel that we have drawn, I think that the price moving along this channel, and from that resistance it is now coming to the support level. Okay, so we see that gold has reached support zone on the lower time frame. So for me, with that support zone on gold, okay, we see that, see what it is doing. Okay, so from gold, this is the 1 hour chart on gold, and as you can see, after the candle close again coming to the support level, and 4 hour candle closed with a bullish, and then again coming. I think that gold, after coming to that zone, we could see again it might range even in that zone. Okay, so this is the channel. I think still we will see the gold is maintaining this channel, and from the lower time frame, once the price will come here, break all this low. If you look at the 5 minutes, we see already the price breaking this support level here. Okay, this is a very important level of support, and if I see the gold is here, then we can look for bullish trading opportunity after price action confirmation. So this is where I see that gold, sometimes very choppy. That's why a very important thing is to look for a clean price action is very important. As you know, the market trend 30% of the time, 70% of the time the market ranges. So when it is not giving a trading, the best way is to be patient, and this is the best tool that I have, patience and a strategy to trade in the right time. I think that this is the best way to remain profitable, and that's why so far on the market opening today we had one gold trade that is profitable, and I want more. As soon as I will find an entry, I'll be looking for the trade. So far I will be still looking on it, and you're almost at the end of the session, and I'm sure that everyone enjoyed this, guys. Thank you very much. And if you want to trade all of them with us also, you can join us, link in the description area. You will be part of the trading community, learning our strategies, and also trade with us. And we do open live trade as well. You can see the last session, our New York session, we opened our live trade from this live session, and that was also a good trade. Whenever coming up, I definitely look at, but when it requires patience, and when it's not coming, I'll be looking for the next one. So there is still a couple of hours to look at for the upcoming hours. I think that the market is still volatile. Tomorrow there is a news coming up on GBP and CAD, so there will be very volatile pair. Will be dollar CAD, GBP USD, GBP CAD, and gold. This mainly I will be looking to see the potential trading opportunity. And with that said, this is the end of this session, and thank you very much. I'm sure that every one of you enjoyed, guys. Thank you for being here, and I'm sure that you found value in this session. Let me know in the chat there is anything that I didn't cover. I have 2 to 3 minutes to go. Thanks, no problems. Thank you very much. As please be okay. NASDAQ. All right, so we'll be looking at NASDAQ. All right, looking at the NASDAQ, there is just a candle close from me. Let me look at the daily. Looking at the weekly, monthly. Okay, so monthly. Now weekly, this is the first day of trading week, right? Now we saw that once the market opened, initially NASDAQ has gone up. So it has basically tested the higher, upper week of the weekly candle. What I think that NASDAQ now, we might see a retest of this liquidity zone. So there is still a bit more probability for NASDAQ to come down to test this weekly low and daily, monthly. Okay, so monthly also resistance. So from the lower time frame, I think that NASDAQ might come a little bit towards the downside to this level. If we look at, let me see the 15 minutes time frame, we saw already a significant drop. Okay, so we could see, what I think that the way NASDAQ might move is, it is now 15 minutes, right? It might go up to test this resistance, and then we could see further drop to this level of support. That could be the wave. Yeah, so I think that NASDAQ might remain, it's creating a series of higher low here as well though. So depending on what time frame you are trading, from the lower, from intraday, from 4 hour, I think that we might see further drop, and from the 1 hour also we might see, after testing this level, we could see further drop on NASDAQ. If we look at the daily, yeah, from the daily, I think that we might see a bit more downside, because it didn't test this lower part of the daily week, and I think it might even come to this 20 EMA zone. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, that's awesome. It was a good time. Thank you very much. I'll see you again, guys, tomorrow twice. If you are in the VIP, definitely I will see you very soon, and also if you are on the channel, I'll see you very soon. Tomorrow I will be coming on live twice, before the news and after the news. We will have a good time, good trading experience, and thank you for being here again, and I really appreciate your support to the channel. Any question anytime, also you can ask by commenting the video. I do reply all the comments, as well as by going to the website live chat.